Good morning, student. I am again Deep Yadav, Computer Science faculty at Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, Datiya. As you know that we are making a lots of video to you, and in this series today, I am making a video on the topic that is Python tuple. In the previous video, I taught you about the Python list, and we know that the Python list and the Python tuples are the data type of the Python language. Okay, so in the Python list we have discussed about the operation method functions of the Python list. Here we will discuss about the Python tuple. Actually, first of all, before starting, I want to tell you something about the difference of the Python list and the Python tuple. Both are the data type. The simple difference between that, we create the list with the help of the square bracket, while we create the tuple with the help of parenthesis. And the second change is that Python list is the mutable, while Python tuple is the immutable. So the meaning of the mutable and immutable is that mutable means the content you can update of the list. That means the element of the list you can update, or you can do that. But in the tuple you cannot update the element of the tuple. So this properties is called the tuple is the immutable, while list is the mutable. So here we will discuss a little bit about the Python list, Python tuple definition. The Python tuple is used to store the sequence of immutable Python object. Immutable Python object means the object that cannot be changed. That means here you can see that the tuple is similar to a list, since the value of the item stored in the list can be changed, whereas the tuple is immutable. That means the value of item stored in the tuple cannot be changed. That means, so this is the simple difference between the list and tuple. Okay, so the first of all, the creating a tuple. As in the list we discussed about the creation of the list, so same here, the creation of the tuple. So tuple t1 is equal to parenthesis 101 comma Peter comma 22. That means that is also a data type that can store the multiple values of different type, but the difference is that this is the immutable. Here you can see that T2 is the apple, banana, orange. That means this is the element of the string type. T3 10 20 30 40 and 50. So this is the type of tuple through that we can declare. Print T1 T2 and 3. So now here creating a tuple, in this creating a tuple with single element is slightly different. We will need to put the comma after the element to declare the tuple, and that means the way of declaring the tuple like a list. The difference is that the square bracket or the parenthesis. So all the functions that we use, that we have already used in the a list, so we use in the tuple. So now here you can see the example of the tuple. Here you can see that the tuple 1 is declared. That means is equal to 10 20 30 40 50 and 60. That means this we have creating a tuple that has a value. That means 3 and 3 is equal to 6 values that contain. First of all, print tuple 1. So when we will print tuple 1, so this one will print. Now count is equal to 0. 4i in tuple 1. In the data handling, or in the the previous chapter, we have already discussed about the for loop, and with the help of for loop, actually we traverse the string, or we traverse the list of the tuple. We traverse the element of the tuple. So print tuple percent is equal to percent is count is equal to count plus 1. That means each time we are increasing the value of count. So with the help of the for loop, we can access the the each and every element of the tuple. Now tuple indexing and slicing. So first of all, tuple indexing. In the list we have already discussed that we can access the element of the list with the help of indexing. The indexing start from left to right, like 0 1 2 3 up to infinite, or from the right to left, that start from the -1 -2 and so on. So same in the tuple, we can find the value with the help of indexing, and the indexing start from left to right 0 to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on, and from the right -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So this was the indexing and slicing of the list. Some are the operations that we discussed in this tuple, like repetition. Repetition, we know that the repetition is that also called the replication. That means with the help of multiplication, that means we can multiply two tuples. So in there t1 into 2, so 1 2, that means tuple 1 is writing 2 times 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. This process is called the replication. Next, concatenation. You know, the addition of two tuple is called the concatenation. Here you can see that t1 plus t2 both are the tuple, and we can add both tuple to each other. This process is called the concatenation. Next one is the membership. You know that membership is an operator, that means that gives you the Boolean output. That means if some element is the member of that tuple, so in condition the Boolean value will be true, otherwise Boolean value is called false. Next, iteration. You know that we have already discussed about the iteration. That means we, with the help of for loop, length, with the help of length function, we can find the length of the tuple. So I think enough for the day. This was the topic on the tuple, that is related to the data type of the Python language, and this one is very important for you, where you want to save the multiple values of different type into the single variable, and how can we access those values with the help of indexing or with the help of values. So thank you.